from New York and on the new Hot 97 app. Ebro in the morning on Hot 97.
It's Ebro in the morning. Lush Styles, Rosenberg, Teyana Taylor on the program. Harlem.
See what that's called, Ebro? You know what that's called?
What?
It's called being smart and getting great high-level guests. You can learn something from your boy Rosenberg. Because Ebro,
Right, don't get all hard when the camera's on. Say the mushy stuff you was just saying before she said
I
action.
didn't even get a chance to do that.
I know, I was trying to just.
You did. You was like, you're a great mom.
No, I was trying to gas you up first about just us being excited that you're here because it's Fashion
No,
Week.
he was trying to shit on
I was
me
trying to shit
because
on
I
Ian.
know you and I didn't reach out. He reached out.
This is true.
Because you was hot.
Well, no,
In
and
the
not only that,
moment,
and she
Fashion
looked
Week
out
hot.
because we've known her since day one, and even in her most scorching moment, she's here on Ebro in the morning. That's what I'm trying to say.
Dope. It's dope.
Now you can go back to the mushy stuff about you loving her being a mom.
No, I'm into the mom thing. You and the mom. You was the wife thing. You the mom thing. The family thing. I watch. I'm on the gram. I mean, obviously I'm on the gram because you're hot still too.
Facts.
And so I'm not gonna lie. Hope your man don't get upset. I'll be looking on the gram. But he knows. But also just seeing you in this moment is just so great. Like I love every piece of it.
Thank you.
How does it like talk to us? Like share. Like how does it feel to have all of this come together the way it is? And even though you make great music and hopefully you're gonna have some music for us soon, you have this whole persona that's not necessarily about music.
I mean, it's crazy. It's a little bit overwhelming because none of it is ever planned. Like, it's always some shit that happened by accident that causes a moment. So it's just like, I don't even know. Like, I knew he was coming, but even the show yesterday, I Walked the Blondes, that came last minute from the hair flip and everything else that was going on at Philip Plein. So it was pretty dope to, get the opportunity
So you didn't
to continue
plan.
my extraness.
You didn't. The queen of extra. You didn't have like any serious plans that like everyone was like, oh my God, look at her walk. I'm guessing that was just what you did in the moment, correct?
Yeah, because I mean, with the first show, my hair was really in my face, and the crowd started kind of getting hyped. So I was like, and I really started walking. But you know what it was? It was I'm bow leg, so it made the walk look more dramatic. Like she's so extra. And I'm just like, bro, like this is what would happen if I'm walking in heels. One, I can't even walk in heels. So then the Philip Plein show, they wanted me to walk, but they wanted me to dance as well. And I was like, well, that works perfectly for me because I actually could dance better in heels than I could walk. So that was a plus. I don't know how them flips and stuff got done. I guess I just zoned out.
Crushed
And
it,
then yesterday, my shoes were like 4 times bigger than my foot. Like I'm a 37, my shoes was like a 41. So
European foot talk, hashtag. I don't know if that hashtag's gonna get going,
what would
but
that be?
Like a 10, 11, something like that, right?
some big ass shoes.
I was wearing like a 10 or 11 and I'm only a size 7 in shoes.
Oh, boy.
So I was so nervous yesterday that I was like, how the hell am I gonna do this? And that's what caused my little meow walk. They was like, just take small steps. So it made the walk look like I was crawling.
Let's talk about and
like,
so
oh my
much.
God.
And the
That's
big
so
you
tight.
didn't even mention the biggest factor because your sass in that walk. 80% of that's just Harlem. Like that's just
Yes.
built into who you are in your DNA.
Right.
Like, I think people are shocked. Like it's like they've never seen it before. You just have a mean Diddy bop.
This is true.
She's her mama's child. She is her mama's
Well,
child.
Yes.
Let's leave it at that.
Tiana, I want to
saying.
go back. Tell me how the whole concept with Fade come together, the conversations that you had with Kanye. How did that all come together?
It was actually crazy because it was right after I did the Lil' Kim tribute for Hip Hop Honors. And we went to LA and I seen Kanye in the studio and he was just like, yo, what's up? We started talking about the baby and marriage, the same conversations that everybody have when they just have kids.
Man. Parents, man.
Yeah, it was definitely the parent talk. That's what was dumb funny. That's why when you were saying that, I just thought it was so funny because every time parents see parents, it turned into this whole conversation. And he was just like, man, I just love y'all love and da-da-da-da. I went into this whole big thing. So when I dipped, Shay came to me and was just like, yo, Kanye wants you to dance for one of his records, like for his video. And I was like, bet, what song is it? He said, Fade. And I was already hyped because I always like that song. Every time the song come on, I start voguing and shit. So from there, we kind of had a meeting the next day and we started talking about how we wanted it to be and different like mood boards and things that we wanted to do. And then he was like, oh, I want to put Junie in there, and Iman. And then he was like, nah, maybe just you and Iman because maybe too X-rated. And it was like, nah, bring Junie because we got the sheep. So I was just like, oh my God. Like,
Kanye, make up your mind.
right,
By the way,
what we gonna do?
And it's good to see that. Let's just keep it real, Laura. Both Kanye and Ebro are scumbags. Because here's what happens. They both go, no, your family's so beautiful. And I just want to blah, blah, blah. If you could just do me a favor, though, and get basically butt naked and dance for the video and literally we'll turn your body into something the entire world talks about.
Turn the body into
gyrate on the floor, bang your fist on the floor.
God.
But you know what made it dope though is because out of all people for Kanye, like everybody always loved me and Iman's love and always say relationship goals. But I thought it was dope that Kanye really like he understood the thing of family, you know, and he found it where it was like tastefully done as far as with Junie and Iman. It was like steps. It was like me being half naked or whatever it was just me washing away everything and just like getting shit off my chest. You know, I've been through a lot, you know what I'm saying? So then it was the next step of my life was marriage, which is me and Iman and creating Junie. And then the third step was the perfect picture of, you know what I'm saying, a woman and her family. And I just thought it was dope because it was way deeper than what people really seen or how they took it.
And also, too, for moms maintaining their sexuality
Exactly,
is a big
to show them that we are really
course.
superwoman. And that was the whole point of just the whole lioness thing, like that we really do it all.
How weird was it? And I'm guessing this happened because it was such a big deal. I saw it. I saw an article that was like, who is the woman from the Kanye West fade video? And like in our world, you've been a celebrity for a long time. Were you taken aback at how many people kind of recognize you for the first time?
I wasn't. I started re-promoting my album I dropped.
Might as well.
Because that was a good album. You know
damn
what I'm
right
saying?
it was.
I remember when I came here, when I was on promo for that. And it was just like, people was just like, how come you don't get offended when people don't? Like, it ain't about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was the same thing when I did on Dark Fantasy on Kanye album. That nigga called me for some backgrounds. I left out the studio with a whole hook and an intro and an outro. You know what I'm saying? But that's the Harlem. That's the hustle in me. So this video was one of those like another opportunity to really get off what I needed to get off. I knew that it would open up a whole new crowd of motherfuckers that didn't know me. You know what I'm saying? So it was like when it came out, okay, well, since y'all niggas is here, here's 7 on iTunes. Go and get that. You know what I'm saying? The music is there.
Fire too.
You know what I'm saying? So I was always humble about the situation. It was never a thing where y'all should know who I am. Like, I'm always like, welcome, even in the modeling world. Like, I just gained like 300,000 followers from Fashion Week alone from people like, who is this girl? Like, who is she? Like, I came here with like 4 different wigs. I've been in the same white wig because everybody's like, who's the girl with the white hair? We want the white hair. We want the white hair. We want the white hair. So it's just like, you're creating new fans and new supporters and new people.
But that's a
that
great
got their eye
message
on
to
you.
people, too, because you seemingly got your first break as a 16-year-old on Super Sweet 16, right?
I think I was a little ahead of my time, though.
But you were. But that's still crazy. Like,
and it was with Star Trek.
Yeah.
And
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Early.
that was lit in the prime, too, of Star Trek. Like, it was really lit. Like, if you was on Star Trek, it was lit.
And now to see that all these years later, like you're still grinding and finding new breaks and new audiences, I think that's inspiring to a lot of people because this grind doesn't stop.
It doesn't. And I think it's so dope because we went to One Oak the other day and I actually ran into Pharrell. He was just like so proud and so happy. And I'm like, nigga, it started here. You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't ever going to be forgotten. You know what I'm saying?
What happened? When did it eventually end with Star Trek?
It ended, and it was crazy because it wasn't a bad ending or anything. It was just like I felt like where I was in my life. I was living in LA by myself. And it had been, I think, how many years? I'm like 6 years? It had been 6 years already. And it was just like, I just wanted to do other things. I had to find myself as a woman, growing up as a young adult. And, you know, it was just a lot for me. Because at that time, I was choreographing, I was styling, I was doing artist development. So I was developing other artists. So I'm like, everybody's sucking me dry, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I'm not doing anything. And I felt like maybe it's because I'm locked in a contract or what is it? So I kind of wanted time to just be independent and do my thing, which is when I was able to drop a mixtape once I asked Star Trek for a release. And Pharrell was very pleasant. Like, we had a long conversation. He asked me what it was that I needed. And I said I just needed a peace of mind. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing. It wasn't any bad blood. And I felt him because it's like, you know, he's one of the biggest producers in the world, but he's also an artist. He's also a brand. He was married. He had kids. So, and now me being a parent, like, if I didn't understand it then, I understand now. Like, that shit is no joke. You know what I'm saying? When you having a kid and you are who you are. So it's like you're trying to find that balance, and that shit is tough. And at that time, I didn't understand that. So it was just like, it's nothing that could really be done right now. Like, you need to focus on what you need to focus on and just let me, you know, do me. And he asked me if it was anything else that I needed. He was creating a new label. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like he was working on new projects that he wanted me a part of, but it was like I didn't have time to personally wait for that. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of had to do my own thing, even though not too much longer I wound up signing with Kanye. But it's crazy how everything happened. When I got the release, and the Kanye thing happened, where I just came to do the backgrounds for Dark Fantasy and wound up being all over the album. And that's when they like, you know, what's your situation, da-da-da-da. And I was headed on tour overseas with Game. That's when I went on tour with him. So I was independent when I was doing that, but in the midst of being on tour, they were like on my mom's line, heavy, trying to sign me. So that's kind of how that happened. And I trusted it because I was like, yo, the music is like the new school of Star Trek. You know what I'm saying? So it's like growth. You know what I'm saying? So
And you and Pusha T would be the only two people who have been signed to
both
Pharrell
icons.
and Kanye.
But that's what I'm saying. That's lit. That's lit. And I think that's why it's like we so ahead of our time, because I've been able from the age of 15 to be around geniuses, you know what I'm saying, and icons, and
people who have changed culture.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, even with, you know, working with Beyonce, just being around people and working with Hov, like, and being around these people that you look up to.
What'd you do with
they
Beyonce?
all-
What'd you do with Beyonce?
I helped her out with Ring the Alarm. That's when the chicken noodle soup was popping. No, dancing. That's when chicken noodle soup was popping. Yeah.
I'm white. I don't know anything about dancing or modeling. She's just my cool friend.
No, but
I don't
look,
know
let me
what
tell
she
you
does.
what's dope though. So I was signing Pharrell. I helped Beyonce with the Ring the Alarm, and I came there to teach her the chicken noodle soup when I was doing the other little moves. I was like, you should try this, da, da, da. Different things like that. And then Pharrell and Hov did Blue Magic. And Hov wanted some girls to dance in this video. So I got like me and four of my friends, whatever, me and four of my little Harlem homegirls. And I guess Pharrell was on a song and he brung me, but it was really Beyonce that was like, yo, you gotta meet Teyana, da da da. So I came to the video, and Ben and Pharrell introduced me to Hov, and they was like, yo, this is our newest star, it's Teyana Taylor. He was like, man, she ain't no fucking star. I'm like, man, what's up? I'm Teyana Taylor. I was like, man, what's up? I'm Teyana Taylor. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's lit. I'm from Harlem. He was like, oh, okay, maybe she is a star. We both Sagittarius, so it's just like, one thing about me is like, I am a fan, but you know, the Harlem in me, we still got that, yeah, nigga, like, we too cool for school too, what's up? So I'm dancing. Beyonce said, I told you she was a star. And ever since then, he just called me like Lil Swag. So he was like, yeah,
That's amazing.
she's a
Little
star.
swag.
I want to have how do I say this? Let's talk about your body.
Shall we?
We have to. There are women watching this right now who are wondering, A, what's happened? Like, what do you do? What do you eat? How do you train? Et cetera, et cetera. You know, I've heard conversations of other women, because I'm around doulas and people who deliver children and promote breastfeeding. Like, did Teyana breastfeed? How did her boob maintenance go? Like, da-da-da-da-da.
Ooh, baby.
And not to get all the way in your business, but for women paying attention and watching that maybe having kids or thinking about having kids, how did you do it and what did you do?
Well, first things first, I have a dance fitness program called Fade to Fitness. So subscribe to that, fadetofit.com. And it's fun because I actually don't work out. I would be lying if I said I go to the gym. I personally feel as a woman, as a mom, that the gym is very overwhelming for me because I'm not really trying to lift weights and do all that extra shit. Like, so it's like dancing has played a big part. With dancing all my life is like that really have kept my body in shape. And I toured with Chris till I was like, like 5-6 months pregnant. So I was like, I'm jumping around, all the stuff I did to Philip Klein, I'm doing all of these things 5 and 6 months pregnant, you know? So it was just like, once Junie popped out, and she came a month earlier. So once she popped out, I was like right back down.
So part of it was them
dancing.
good genetics too. So you,
I mean,
Yeah, without a doubt. But
Yes, mom looks
dancing,
great.
but one thing about it, you gotta think about it. I was skateboarding, I was riding BMX bikes, like, and I never stopped trying until I got it. So if I was doing handstands on skateboards, like I've always done stuff that was like over the top. because I wanted to get it. I never wanted to just be in one place or do anything regular. So even my dancing ethic was just at a whole different level. Like, I'm naturally strong. That's why I'm scared to work out, because it's like I already got brolic arms, and it's just like I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just too much for me. But I wanted to create a dance workout where moms and women and men, period, could feel like they could just do it at home, and you don't have to go to the gym and feel insecure. Like, a lot of people don't even want to leave the house. So I wanted to make it to where you're able to get your workout in and guaranteed results. Now, as far as breastfeeding, oh my God. So I know this is a little bit inappropriate, but since I was my sweet 16, everybody knew I had D's, okay? Let's be clear. So at a young age, always had those. So it was just like when Junie was born, I think I want to say, yeah, I was like a double E. Like it was
Oh my goodness, and you're so small.
so small. Like,
Yes.
I went through it when I was
Shout out to Iman
pregnant.
Shumpert. You were living your best life, sir. It's an amazing life you were living.
What a life.
I was going
Is this
through
life?
it.
Best life.
I
You
was
living his
going-
best life.
I was going through it. And you know what make it worse? What make it worse is that Junie did not want to latch on, bro. I was like, Junie, first of all,
Look at these big, delicious breasts. Why would you not? What are you doing?
because she wanted to sleep all day. But the thing about it is, if they don't want to latch on, then you have to pump
Yes, that's right.
every 3 hours.
Or every 90 minutes for some.
For real. So it was just like, I'm pumping. My mom's like, T, you woke? I'm pumping. Nipples is sore. It hurt so much. And just to even get the milk was a struggle. It was like
How long
pumping
did you last?
pumping. I lasted probably like a solid 3-4 months.
That's strong. That's
4
strong.
months.
But yeah, it helped take you down. But what I got lucky was people say like your breast hardened up. I didn't have that issue where it hardened up. I guess because I pumped so much to where my nipples was. It was just.
Yeah, her mom.
yeah,
her mom
Iman-
knows every
like,
detail of
remember
her
the
life.
massage?
Her and
Mom,
Iman
like,
was
remember
there
this?
every
Remember that?
like that. I'm talking
You gotta,
like
do,
I
you
would
gotta
be.
do the massage. You also gotta make sure that they don't harden up. You gotta
That's
keep
what I'm
pumping.
saying,
you gotta
but
stay
that
active.
part was easy for Iman. I think that's why I never had to go through my breast hardening up because
he was
he
on
always
them. Yeah, he was. I
so
bet he
I lay
was.
down. He just be like,
Really, Iman Shumpert? I just want, if anyone ever has anything to say about Iman Shumpert, just know that in addition to his jobs, one was Teyana Taylor breast masseuse. That
Yeah,
was a
he
job
was.
for him. What kind of life is this? So hold on. And
The
you-
best
But
one.
I had,
Yes.
but the thing about it is like it was a lot because I was a triple E and it was like getting rid of all that milk. I had so much skin left and I still had so much milk left that just wouldn't. It was just
So what'd you do at
It
the
was a
end?
lot.
Did you end up like
I had,
sometimes?
to, I had to get all that taken out. I had to get all that taken out.
So you got a breast reduction?
Yeah, I had to get all that taken out because I'm so small.
Of course,
if you
yes.
watch Fade, did you see how big my breasts were? Like it was.
No, I
That's
didn't
first of all,
notice.
that's how the underboob started. When well, not the underboob trend, but I'm saying like for
you.
me, when everybody was trying to redo it for Halloween and the underboob, I'm like, no, that's because my titties was down to my damn. My titties was down to my damn belly button, but they were so heavy. And then when I did the Kanye fashion show, they were just bigger than me. And I was just like, this is just, it's too much.
So you
And I had
took
to
him
get rid of
down.
all
So you
that.
took him down a bit.
I took him down. I took him all the way down. But the thing about it was all excess, just the tissue and just
Meats,
milk. And
just meats.
It was so much stuff. And I was just like, this gotta go. But I've been much better. My breasts are much smaller. It's back to like where they used to be, like when I first, came out. So it was just like, okay, this is perfect. However, it just left the nasty scar. But one thing I want to give to mothers is like, when I look at that, it's like, this is birth. And you would think like, oh my gosh, she got the most perfect body. Why does she have to go through that and da-da-da-da-da? Like, and it's just like, I'm not upset. You know what I'm saying? It's just like,
That
Part of
is a
your
really
journey.
important.
It's part of your journey.
But that is a very
Exactly.
important thought that I know of very well. Of one, I love my body. I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about someone I know quite well. I love my body. Don't really want my whole body to change. And you're the perfect example of that.
exactly, because
you're-
you would think like she got the most perfect body, like da-da-da-da-da. And it's just like, the thing about it is I would do anything for my kid. I don't play when it comes to my kid. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I know that this is what I have to do. So when I look at these scars, I don't look and be like, ugh. Because I'm blessed. Like, I ain't gonna front. I thought that my stomach was gonna get ruined. Like, I didn't know what to expect, which is the reason why I didn't tell the label for a long time. My mom was one of the first people that I told. But I didn't tell the label. I didn't tell them when I was on tour. Like, I was thugging it out because I didn't want to be treated differently, or people would get afraid, like, oh my God, her body, da-da-da-da. So I was just like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? And that happened. I was blessed because in 6 days, 6-pack was back. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't really have to get.
wild.
It's so
I didn't
crazy.
really have to get a reduction, but it was like that was what I needed because it was just like.
How did Iman
And for
feel
your
about
bag, Jesus.
And what did Iman say about the reduction? Was he supportive, or was he like, we can hang out for a little bit longer?
Yeah, he enjoyed the big boobs because picking them up. Once you pick them up, they look good. You know what I'm saying? But
Stop.
I wouldn't have been able to pull off half the things that I pulled off with
Right.
having
Right.
to carry my
Right.
daughter because let's be clear, my daughter was like 13 pounds a month after she was born. Yes, she was. Remember, she was born a month early.
Ladies and gentlemen,
No,
she's arguing with her mom.
she was born. No, the reason why I won't forget. No, I'm gonna tell you why I won't forget because her father was born 13 pounds too. I'm gonna tell you why I won't forget because when she was born a month early, she was already born 7 pounds. And I remember I was like, is it my breast? Like, but why is she starting to feel so heavy? Like, I went from like wanting to hold her 24/7 to like, babe, can you take her? Like, she felt heavy and I started feeling bad. Like, why am I in so much pain? So she went for her first checkup and that's when he said she was 12 pounds. And I was like, yo, she is huge. Like, I knew I wasn't bugging, like I was holding like a rock. So then a week later, she kept growing every week. So I was, 13 pounds. You want to round it off. Like, Junie was a big baby.
Well,
so
how
it was
tall,
just
how
a
tall is
lot.
Iman?
Iman is 6'6".
So, I mean, yeah, this baby's gonna grow.
Exactly,
Listen,
but I mean,
somebody gonna start sending y'all letters right now.
Just for moms, though, it's just
Colleges,
like,
pro
don't feel.
teams. Y'all about to start getting letters right now.
Yeah, but I mean, just for moms, it's like, don't feel discouraged. And I just wanted to let that be known. And I never said that before, that, all that I had to go through. But I feel like moms look at me and be like, oh, it's genetics or her body's just so perfect. And it's like, I have scars just like you. Like, I went from having, like, not trying to be cocky, but it's like, I went from the age of 16, like 15, like I've always had the perfect boobs. So to have to look at myself and just see that scar, like literally my nipples was this big. I've always had nip slips because it wasn't even necessarily a nip slip. It was just my areola was so big that it doesn't matter if I wore a V-neck, it was always still areola. For real, Mom, am I lying? Like, my areola was this big, and then Iman would get me out like, babe, tuck your nipple in. Nigga, I can't. This shit is this big. Like, it's but so much the bra's gonna cover my nigga. Like, what's up?
These nipple arguments.
Yo, it's so good.
So they had to I had to get my whole nipple reconstructed. Like,
How did it turn out? Does the nipple turn out pretty good?
Yeah, like it's a decent size. I just wanted everything.
But does it look
back to
normal? Were you happy with like it looking generally normal?
Yeah, I was just happy that the shit was smaller because my areola was the size of a cookie. I was like, my nigga, come on, like
Shit is out of control.
it was out of control, but it was for my kid. You know what I'm saying? But
For life.
now, if I know
To give
I'm
life.
ready to have a second one, I don't know yet.
So you guys are on. You don't know yet. No decision.
Now,
made
that
on
was
it.
the only thing he didn't agree with. He was like, what's the point of getting a reduction
Right.
to if we're gonna have another kid? And I'm like, bruh, do you realize that I'm at a triple E right now? If we get pregnant again, that I'm probably gonna be a Z. Like, that's not, you see how small I am. Like, you could damn near see my rib cage. I'm so small up here, like it's hard to gain weight up here. So it's like with big boobs, that look crazy because I still never gain weight in here. If you notice when I was pregnant.
Men are cool with that, but that's not our problem to
He
have.
just enjoyed the triple E's. It was just like,
Now you back to C plus D's, right? You back in
yeah,
your
I'm back
zone.
to D.
Back in your
I
zone.
might be a little bit smaller because it took. See, the thing about it is that when you breastfeed, it take away even tissue.
Yeah.
Like, so you're not only, it ain't just like, oh, it's milk there waiting for her and they taking out the milk. Like, when you go through, like, you lose.
And then when you stop breastfeeding,
lot.
the dry up can
That's
also
what I'm
make things
saying.
Yeah, that's the
sag
thing. And
and
sometimes
it's-
people get the deflate, like a little deflation can happen. Like
Mm-hmm.
you know, people can the
Yeah.
top of the boobs they kind of deflate a little bit. It's
start
kind
to
of a
sag
thing.
a little bit. Yeah, man. You gotta
Yeah,
fix it up. So
it's
Teyana, shout your fitness site one more time for that.
Oh, my fitness site, Fade to Fit, the number 2. So fade2fit.com.
Fade2fit.com. Go check that out. Also, new music from you. I stress you every time I see you.
This is true.
And I've called your label several times, like, the fuck is y'all doing?
This is true.
I've called Che and the good music people, like, where we at? Y'all got
Right.
records. Unleash the records.
Right.
What's going on?
Well, I mean, we closing out the album now. We was in LA for like a whole month. So I do give them that. They had me in the studio. I did 2 weeks in Calabasas and 2 weeks in the city with Che and then 2 weeks in Calabasas with Ye. I played some of the album. He back on his shit, I must say. Well, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I ain't about to sit here and lie like, oh, he ain't doing nothing. Like I played him the records. He started like producing shit just from the table. Like he back on making his beats. And I was like, welcome back, yay. Welcome back, my nigga. He back, and the album gonna be crazy.
So Kanye produces on your upcoming album?
Yeah. We trying to release something by Halloween. Even if it's not an album, we at least want to, release a couple records.
A little EP, a little project.
Yeah, something.
Any other features you could tell us about?
Not right now. Even from my last album, I never really been big on a lot of features.
Yeah.
I like to get the record done first, and then I be like, y'all can hear this person on there. I can hear this person on there.
Amazing.
Quick NBA question. A lot of people may or may not know that, like, you're a big-time NBA nerd. Like, the world's biggest Jordan lunatic. Like, you are a basketball fan. What is it like being a basketball wife when you were such a basketball fan? Like, I imagine you must freak out at important Cavs games.
Man, at all games, like, and my seats is lit. So I know.
Oh, really?
You don't say.
I know T. Lou and Bron and them niggas be mad at me because I be like, yeah, niggas, turn up. Let's go. Let's go. Stay on them. Like, oh my God, it's like so perfect because it's almost like people come to the games to see me. It's like they want to come to the games to see me act the fool because.
Well, and you're not the person who learned the game because of your man. This has always been your game.
You know what's crazy? I feel like actually since being married and being a basketball wife, that I actually kind of been like slacking a little bit. Like, it be new, like players and stuff. I'd be like, who? You know what I'm saying? It's just because all my focus is on Iman and how, how we could better his brand or just better everything, you know what I'm saying? Or we always talk about what he's doing in the gym and different things like that. So it's almost like he's like my little client too. Even though he's doing his thing, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, I'm all about him. The same way I'm all about my kids. So it's like, I'm still a basketball nerd, but I'm not really on it as much as I used to be. Because, my favorite team used to be the Bulls. But it's like, my husband played for the Cavs.
Right.
So it's like, I can't be at the Cavs game. When they play my Bulls, I'm just like, all right. And then, so it's just,
That's hard for you? Is that really hard for you, the Cavs?
It is. It's hard for me because I am a basketball fan. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's not hard for me because my priorities are straight. You know what I'm saying? And this is my husband, so I'm going to support him. You know what I'm saying? And if, God forbid, he get traded, then it's going to be F Cavs. What's up, new team? It's going to be the same thing because I'm following my husband, wherever he go. I'm going to support him wherever he go. You know what I'm saying?
How fun was that was winning that chip?
Man, that shit was lit. And one thing I must say, though, I ain't even going to front. I've had a great time in Cleveland, and the fans out there, everybody out there is just so supportive. I was just happy more so for Cleveland because with being a basketball fan and them not winning anything, you know what I'm saying, very, 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 very long time, you know what I'm saying? It was just like they deserved it, and it was just to see the city so happy was like really dope, you know what I'm saying? But they have to know that, God forbid, if anything happened, I gotta go.
Just so they know.
Do you know that when they played the Bulls, and I had on that Cleveland jersey, that's why I gotta let it be known ahead of time. Because when I had my Cleveland jersey on, when I tell you them Bulls fans I didn't even know they paid that much attention. They dragged me through the mud. If I had a jersey, they would have burnt my shit. I'm telling you. They was like, how could you? I'm like, what? My nigga, my jersey say number 4. And exactly, and this shit says Shumpert on the back. Y'all is wilding. But I felt their pain, but at the same time, I was like, this is my husband. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to support him wherever he go. So I've been kind of falling back because I know I'm biased at this point. So it's just like, nah.
Do you have any, I don't want to get you in trouble because I care about you. Do you have any thoughts on the Kyrie Irving trade situation?
Nah, honestly, I don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't. Like I said, I focus, my eyes is on my prize, and it's
there
just
go.
Like I said, we one thing about Iman is he's such a hard worker, so it's we're always trying to better him, we're always trying to better me. So it's just if I got to go to the gym with him, and I'm like, yeah, nigga, you ain't about that. Shoot that 3, though. You know what I'm saying? I just be talking shit the same way he be in the studio. We write together. He's writing on my album. You know what I'm saying? He helped write on my first album. So it's we really just trying to better one another. And I think that's what it's about in raising our kids. So we kind of be out the loop.
You don't worry too much about the details of what the team does.
Yeah, I'm just worried about what we got going on and, whatever it is. It's always trade rumors. I just always want to be prepared for whatever. Because at the end of the day, our daughter is getting older and I don't want her to get to an age where we in a certain city and she's going to school there and then, God forbid, he get traded. Like, I just want to be prepared, you know? So I'm so busy trying to focus on my own career, my husband, and being a mom and being a wife that I'm just really not in the loop of everything else that's going on.
Well, I'm proud of you. I know the rest of us are. It's great to see your mom over here and the soldier over here holding it down. But no. Yo, we're waiting for this music, kid, and we're very happy for you.
Thank you.
Yes, and we will shout to the mountaintops about how talented you are because the last record got slept on. You came and you bodied Summer Jam Festival stage. You've always
brought
been
out
so
Total. Don't forget that.
Brought out Total. Was dressed straight
Yo,
90s.
Speaking of brought out, the
Please.
Janet Jackson shit you just did.
Oh, the VMAs.
Rip that.
Thank you.
Janet didn't reach out? Because I know she's trying to get back on tour. She might want to, you choreograph for her. You might want to go
Right,
help.
but I'm going to reach out. She probably on tour. And I mean, my heart goes out to her. It's difficult. You know, she's in the
New mom.
I just seen a video of her, crying on stage. It just made me so sad because everybody know how I feel about Janet. So it's like her going through her divorce and having a newborn and being back on tour. Like, that shit is a lot. Like, I really don't expect her to, you know what I'm saying? This is Janet Jackson. Like, I don't need
Have you
her
met
to
her? Have
reach
you met her
out
before?
to me.
I was kidding, by the way. I know she didn't reach out to you. I was joking.
Yeah, I'm like, but even if she did, I'd be like, how'd you get time to do that? Like, you don't even have to. Like, she don't owe me that. You know what I'm saying? I felt like when she made a statement with that outfit, and it was a strong statement, and she inspired me to make my statement because I do feel like I'm very underrated. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot deeper than even just her. It was a statement that she made. It was like, I'm not about to come up here. Y'all niggas calling my brother this and da-da-da-da. I'm not about to come up in here with no gown. Like, this is what it is. It's like, F you, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm that too. You know what I'm saying? If that's what y'all want to call it. So, I, put Underrated on my shirt and I put the number 7 because that was the name of my album and the years that it took for completion or what I thought was completion, the years that it took for me to finally get something out. So, it was just like, I'm still working on my completion. So.
That's tight. And I'm obsessed with Janet also.
Yeah, I love her.
Who do you think's a bigger fan, you or Teyana?
Probably me.
I mean, have you gone to a show by yourself?
See, that's sad because I couldn't go to a show by myself.
I've done it.
My mom probably wouldn't even have allowed it in 95.
Well, I was like 19. I went to Velvet Rope by myself. I couldn't get anyone to go with me. Sat by myself.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I was the only straight man sitting by himself at a Janet Jackson concert.
I probably wasn't even 9 yet when.
All right, we don't need to remind me of how much older I am than you.
Teyana Taylor, man. Love you, kid. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.